Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight's EMS Berhad IPO briefing. We're very glad to have them around. As this is one of the most anticipated main board EMS player that will be listed on the 10th of March. What we have here, we have Christina T, Group MD, Group CEO, and then we got Kelvin Tan, the CFO, and then we got Azhar, Corporate Affairs, Josephine and Cliff. They couldn't join because they're busy securing more orders, I was told. So good news for you all. So before much ado, I think we will start with a corporate video before going through the corporate presentation. Thank you.
Under the leadership of Ms. T. Kim Chin, EMS Berhad has experienced exponential growth to what it is today. At EMS Berhad, we take pride in being a globally recognized service provider rather than just being a manufacturing company. Here, we are committed to creating value for our customers by providing innovative and specialized solutions. We strive hard to uphold our mission of delivering excellence in value and quality. The demand for quality EMS services has been a driving factor for EMS to continue to increase our production capacity and capabilities. We are capable of providing customized operations and dedicated manufacturing services for our EMS customers in both industrial and consumer electronic products. Our dedication and commitment to our clients ensure order book demands are met, while our marketing efforts ensure that there are opportunities to expand our customer base. As we grow, we celebrate the milestones we achieved. Among them are the individual achievements of Ms. T. Kim Chin as the winner of the Star Outstanding Business Award 2021 for meritorious achievement under the Female Entrepreneur of the Year and the World Chinese Outstanding Woman Business Leader Award in 2022. EMS also continues to advocate the importance of environmental, social and governance, or ESG, whilst running the business. We believe that as a business, profitability shouldn't be the only objective. We should also work towards creating better environment and take proactive measures to minimize pollution levels that take place during business operations, while ensuring the safety and health of parties involved. As a business that provides services on a global stage, we also ensure sustainability risk and opportunities are taken into account in our group's business and strategy. The obtainment of the ISO 9001-2015 and ISO 27001-2013 certification respectively has indeed created confidence amongst investors and business partners, as it proves a high standard of corporate governance practiced here at EMS. We firmly believe this should garner more business opportunities in the future. Lastly, in line with Industry 4.0, we are increasing our automated facilities to reduce dependency on labor and transform our facilities into centers of excellence in the EMS industry that can cater to increasing customer demand. Aligned with our vision, a global thinking organization, we strive to become a leading global EMS company.
Hi everyone. Before I hand over the presentation to the management, I would like to share some details on the IPO structure. Now, there's a public issue of 173 million shares, whereby 46.2 million, being 5%, are accounted for the white form, 8 million for the pink form, and 28.8 million is allocated for the Bhumi Investor Briefing, and the remaining 90 million is allocated for Insti and selected investors, hence giving a total of 173 million. There is also an offer for sale of 86.7 million shares. This will be allocated for Bhumi Investor approved by MITI. And the IPO price, the retail price per share is currently fixed at 90 cents per share, and the enlarged share capital is 923 million ringgit, hence giving them a market cap of about 830.7 million ringgit. As per any other new IPOs, there's a 6-month moratorium on the promoters. Now, they are raising about 155.7 million ringgit, and this are basically accounted for construction of new C9 226 warehouse and installation of automated storage facilities, 53.1 million, setting up of new classroom facilities and purchase of new automated production line for EMS operation, 62.8 million ringgit, installation of energy saving cooling system, 3.7 million ringgit, purchase of new machinery and equipment for die cast manufacturing division, 4.6 million ringgit. Working cap currently is about allocated 20.5 million, and the remaining for the listing expenses. The principal advisor is Hong Leong Investment Bank, and also the M Investment Bank is a joint book runner and joint underwriter. The company also has a dividend policy. They are distributing up to about 30% of the annual PAT of each financial year. So in terms of the indicative timeline, we launched the prospectus on the 16th of February. We are closing on the 24th this month. We are looking to list on the main market of Bursa, Malaysia on the 10th of March 2023. In terms of the corporate structure, pre-IPO shareholdings, the promoters are T. Kim Chin, T. Kim Yong, Fortress, and AOF funds. So basically, after the new issue of IPO shares, Ms. T. Kim Chin will hold 40.6%, T. Kim Yong will hold about 13.8%, Fortress and AOF will hold 16.6% and 0.9% respectively. Bear in mind that Fortress and AOF did not sell any share. The dilution is basically due to the enlarged share cap. Of course, the CAPE EMS holding 2 subsidiary, one based in Malaysia, CAPE Manufacturing, and the other one in Singapore, CAPE Singapore. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'll pass to go through the corporate presentation. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to hear from us. I'm actually standing in for, or rather sitting in for Cliff, who is not here today, to go through with you, the corporate slides as well as the operational slides. First of all, let me bring you through our milestone. We commenced our company with the current management in 2013. That is after the acquisition of Toyo Plus, EMS Manufacturing Berhad, where we renamed it to CAPE EMS Manufacturing Malaysia Berhad. And during that time, the only business we had was to supply wireless communication equipment for Ruckus Wireless. Back in 2017, we divested the Ruckus business unit. And in 2018, we acquired the Senai 227 factory, which was completed in 2020. Then that is where our EMS operation is now stationed. Back in 2019, we engaged customers for industrial electronics and get ourselves qualified to provide the wireless equipment and smart utility devices for our customers. And we also expanded our customer portfolios and ventured into consumer electronic business, which is mainly the cordless vacuum cleaner. And in 2020, I guess everyone remember, this is when we had the pandemic. So we reorganized our group structure through the acquisition of CAPE Manufacturing, which is the subsidiaries that involved in die casting, as well as CAPE Singapore. where we house our testing facility. During the same year, we also expanded our customer portfolio, to include another consumer electronic business, which is the electronic cigarettes, as well as other industrial electronics, such as point of sale terminals, vending machine, and the portable printed power desk. In 2021, we purchased 2 factories, which is Temanggung 22 and also Kempas 6, as well as expanded or rather extended our Senai 227 factory, and at the same time acquired 2 pieces of land, mainly 226B and 227B, which is actually adjacent to the current 227 factory. And in 2022, which is last year, we purchased another factory, Bursa 6, which is meant for our die casting business, and also had another extension of our 227 factory. Our board compositions, these are the board of directors led by our independent non-executive chairman, Datuk Muhammad Rabin bin Basir. He was formerly the Director General of Malaysian National Security Council, which basically were very busy during the MCO. Of course, our Managing Director and CEO, Christina, her younger sister, T. Kim Yok, Ivy. Joe is our Executive Director, who is actually primarily responsible for corporate finance, treasury, and accounting. Alex Miranda Jutando, another Executive Director, who is now residing in the USA, basically responsible for business development. And of course, we have Diane Tan Sikhui, another independent non-executive director. Mr. Yao Yin Wee, Mr. Cheng, Kok Seng, and also Ko Beng San, who is a qualified accountant. Next, the key senior management, Kelvin, our group CFO, Cliff, who is not here today, who is the Vice President of Operation. We have Kenny Yu, Seo Quinn, who is our Supply Chain Vice President, and of course, myself, the Vice President for Corporate Affairs. Okay, let's look at the business overview. We have 3 manufacturing sites, which is Senai 227 factory, Temanggung 22, as well as Kempas 6. And you can see from the slide, the EMS operation and our head office is basically in Senai 227. Temanggung 22 is where we do our aluminium die casting, and Kempas 6 is where we produce smart utility data collection equipment. And of course, the one in Singapore is our testing facility, where we normally would conduct testing at the request of our customer for specific products. Next. Okay, in terms of EMS services, what we do is we do prototyping as well as new product introduction. We have 3 SMT lines. It's 3, right? 3 SMT lines. And between 2020 and 2021, we invested 17.3 million ringgit to purchase and install 2 SMT lines, which is actually, we have 3, as I said, to expand our capabilities to manufacture our electronic products. We do box build assembly. This is both sub-assembly as well as electromechanical assembly. So in general, our EMS box build assembly also include orders, confirmation, and planning, sourcing, and procurement, and also final inspection and testing. Okay. Next, for the aluminum die casting, this division is mainly to support the group's EMS box build products. So basically, Temanggung 22, where we produce the aluminum die-cast products supplied to our EMS vertical business. And we also supply parts and components, basically, sourcing and procuring all necessary input materials and services from our suppliers. So, and these components that we source include, lithium batteries, cable wires, plastic enclosures, and mechanical parts. So these are the industrial electronic products that we produce. So you can see from the slides, we produce wireless communication equipment, point of sale terminals. This is where, when you go to the stores, your card got scanned by these products, this machine. We, produce smart utility data collection equipment. These are mainly for reading, the utility meters like electrical, water or gas. And of course, other products also include LED lighting, vending machine, and also portable printer power desk. So in terms of consumer, we have cordless vacuum cleaners. These are vacuum cleaners which is very similar to the Dyson vacuum cleaners, but ours are probably much cheaper, and in terms of performance is more or less the same as what you can get from Dyson products. We are into robotic vacuum cleaners as well, so we will produce that. We'll start producing that this year. And of course, another consumer electronic products that we produce at our 227 factory is the electronic cigarettes. Basically, we produce both, the disposable as well as refillable pots. Okay, in terms of major customers, we have 5 major customers. Customer A is the customer that we supply with electronic cigarettes. Telstar Electronics is the customers that we supply the point of sale terminals. S-Pen, wireless communication equipment. Next Century, the smart utility data, and last but not least, K&Q, the household appliances. All these 5 major customers contributed to about 89% of our revenue. Okay, in terms of competitive advantages and strategic key strengths, we have several. First off, production diversification. We basically serve both industrial and consumer sectors. Of course, our concentration is more on industrial. We try to limit our consumer business to not more than 30%. Secondly, strong financial performance to expand business operation. We have healthy financial performance during the period under review. We invested in our manufacturing facilities, to expand our business. And of course, we can take more orders for new products from existing or new customers. Number 3, customizable operation and dedicated manufacturing areas. So we provide a dedicated space for our customers, which in return would create loyalty from our customers and can secure more contracts. We provide dedicated production line and manufacturing areas, which also would enable us to ring fence designated areas to restrict movements to authorized personnel. And in terms of available factory floor space to accommodate the business expansion, we we are actually going to scale up our operation with the view of meeting more customers' requirement. And moving forward, we will expand our factory floor space by freeing up our 227 factory and move the storage space in the current factory to a new site. So we are planning to conduct or rather to construct new Senai 226 warehouse, so which will incorporate the warehouse automation system. Next, we invest in dedicated machinery and equipment and procure materials and services to create long-term relationship with our customers. So this, like I said just now, we have dedicated production areas for our customers, and then back in or rather as at LPD, we invested 73.5 million on the purchase and installation of dedicated machinery. So these are all to benefit the customers, and we are able to source and procure parts, components, and services from our suppliers to basically provide our customers with more convenience. In terms of distribution channel, we have both direct and indirect distribution channels. This is basically to optimize our market access and coverage. And we also have in-house aluminum gas cast manufacturing facility. This, as I said just now, at Temenggong 22. This is mainly to support our EMS operation, which also serves as additional source of revenue. And last but not least, we have a very experienced managing director and group CEO, and as well as EDs and key senior management. Thanks. Okay, our future plans and strategies. First off, we plan to set up the Terbau 6 factory for our aluminum die cast manufacturing. The facilities right now that we have in Temenggong 22 is not big enough to cater for our business expansion. So that is one reason why we want to set up a new factory for the aluminum die cast business. We plan to construct new warehouse with automated storage facilities. So these basically will free up our space in Senai 227, whereby right now we have both manufacturing as well as warehousing space in 227. So we want to make sure, or rather we want to convert the 227 to purely production space, and transfer the storage to a new facility. Next. We also intend to further expand our production facilities for EMS operation. This is to cater for our electronic cigarettes, to basically add 4 new automated production line, and we also plan to set up new ISO Class 8 clean room for Senai 227 factory, and also install energy saving cooling system to upgrade our existing centralized AC system, which is incidentally, this would also promote sustainability in terms of the environment surrounding us, and then a part of the IPO proceeds also to cover the cost of new production facilities for EMS operation. Okay, for financial overview, I will pass this over to Kelvin.
Good evening, this is Kelvin. So mainly I will bring you through 2 things. First is the P&L, second is the balance sheet of company. So by looking at the first slide, this is the revenue contribution of companies. On the left side, you can see there's a revenue over the 3 years from 2019 and 2021. The sales have increased from 43.1 to 344.3 in 2021 and a CAGR of 182.5%. This is a fantastic performance, fantastic increase in the sales. The increase in sales mainly due to the increase in sales volume from EMS customers, namely the top 5 customers like Mr. Azhar mentioned before. So on the right side, you can see there's 2 bar chart. This is the FPE financial period ended 30th September 2021 and 2022, which is basically the 9 months result. So as you can see, the sales has increased significantly also from 243.6 to 319.8 million. These are mainly due to the increase in one of the customer, Tata Electronic on the BP post, and also the mass production of customer A in 2021, late 2021, which caused the sales to increase in 2022. The next slide will be on the GP margin and PAT. On the left side, you can see the GP margin fluctuate over 3 years from 7.9% in 2019 to 19.3% in 2020. The main reason is because the increase of GP margin is because of the increased GP margin from consumer electronic products, namely the household appliances, and for customer A. Customer is on the value-added service at the initial development stage that we provided to them, to customer A. Whereas 2020 to 2021, there's a decrease in GP margin from 19.3% to 12.2%. And GP margin for FPE 2021 and FPE 2022 are 11.5% and 13%. This is when our GP margin for EMS normalized at 12 to 13%. For the BPAT, you can see from the line chart, it fluctuated with the revenue and GP margin also. Next slide will be on the balance sheet financial position. The total assets of FPE 30th September 2022 is 463.6 million, 181.5 million for total equity, 282.1 for total liabilities, 32.3 million for cash and balances, 0.9 times for net gearing ratio, which is at a healthy position, and we are looking at 0.5 times post IPO, and 1.5 times for current ratio. The schedule for the below is talking about AR, AP, and inventory turnover period. As you can see in the FPE 2022, all are at a healthy position where we expected the AR to be at 60 to 90 days, AP at 46 days, and inventory at 34 days, which is 1 month. Then the next one should be on ESG. I'll pass it back to Ms. Azhar again.
Okay, these will be the last 2 slides that we have for our presentation. I think everyone agrees that ESG, environmental, social, and governance, factors are driving decision-making process at almost all levels of the economy. For us, there's no exception to that. In terms of environmental sustainability, we, as you can see from the slide, we are ISO 14001, which is the environmental management system certified, and some of the initiatives that we have to minimize our environmental impact include like the one that I have highlighted just now, setting up automated storage facilities, and installation of new automated production line for our EMS operation. This is basically to reduce consumption of energy in our production process, and of course installation of energy saving schools is also to promote energy conservation and cost savings, as well as lower carbon emissions. Over to the governance sustainability. We treat corporate governance very seriously. Compliance to the law and regulation is our top priority. If you can see from this from the slide, we have adopted an anti-bribery and corruption policy, and also the whistleblowing policy. Beside the 2 ISOs, 9001 and ISO 27001, we are now working towards getting ourselves certified with ISO 37001, which is the anti-bribery management system. Last but not least, the next slide, in terms of social sustainability, we would like our employees to have a work-life balance as well as workplace, equal opportunity. If you can see from our previous slides, our board composition comprises of at least 40%, women directors. In fact, I can probably say that we at our factory we have more female employees compared to men. In terms of safe workplace, we adopt operational safety policies where we do briefings, particularly for our visitors when they visit our facilities. And I'm glad to share that we have zero accident for at least for the last 4 years. And in terms of contribution to the community, we do contribute to organization to assist them in their operation. And we intend to do more, continue doing this as we move forward. So that's basically our presentation for tonight's session. We open for Q&A.
Thank you, Azhar. So I can't see all of you. So if you have any question, can you just type in, or you may ask the MC of today.
Show the message. Chat, it's okay.
Vincent, I saw some questions.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think it's the question is asking about the current plant utilization rate was relatively low in FY22. What is the expected utilization rate in 2023? I think from David.
Utilization rate in 2022, actually we reduced. I can say that we improved. That's why utilization it dropped to about 46 to 48%. Simply, actually, before the year before, we are actually at about 70 to 80%, and we improve onto our semi-automation and also improve of the assembly skill. So it actually dropped to about below 50%. And in 2023, with our order book on hand and also the focus, we're going to actually going back. Yeah.
Okay, question from Desmond here. GP margin was 19% in FY20, but has since declined to 13% in F22. What's the cause and what's the trend moving forward?
Sorry, can you repeat your question again? I'm sorry.
Okay, GP margin was 19% in FY20, but has since declined to 13% in 22. What's the cause and what's the trend moving forward?
The reason is because 19.2% in 2020 is contributed by the increase in GP margin from the mass production of consumer electronic product, which is a household appliances and customer A. Mainly customer A, we had did a lot of initial development at the starting stage. So 19.2% in 2020 is extremely high. So 12 to 13, when you drop back to 12 to 13 in 2021, which is a normalized GP margin for our EMS services. Yeah, that's the reason behind it. That's the reason.
Okay, a question from David. How long is the audit process for potential new customers, product? Any new product under audit currently? Is it possible for management to guide us the possible extra revenue contribution from the coming new products?
Sorry, I think that is not allowed to disclose right now because we only allowed to say whatever is on our prospectus.
Yes, those are forward-looking questions, to be honest. Yeah, David, hope you don't mind. So we have to skip that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think for EMS, then some people may have the perception of the previous Andy Hall case, basically, so whereby they lost Dyson customer. Any concerns for CAPE EMS on this?
Number one, we actually are not dealing with Dyson. And number two, our customer are actually all in overseas, and our customer qualified us on all the ESG's inspection from different tiers of the requirement. Our full audit by the professional audit firm are actually done by our brand owner, second by our brand owner's customer, and number third for our customer's customer. They are all big brand user in the market. As such, I can say that once we are qualified for our customer, we have actually passed through all these requirements of ESG. So for any host, is only attack those many Dyson players and many Nepalese user, because we know that they have the reason behind. I don't know to say why. And for information, we have 700 headcount approved by our authority, but our intention is to hire highly skilled engineer and technician to fill the need of our production.
Okay, thanks for the clarification. I think that's quite reassuring for that. Okay, I think we have a question here from Kelvin. Based on the slides, I saw Rakuten is one of your customers. May I know how much percentage of revenue does it contribute to CAPE EMS? They are recently, sorry?
You mean Rakuten? Sorry.
Yeah, Rakuten, yeah.
Rakuten, so you can see from the 3 years, 2019 to 2021, right? There's no Rakuten sales in the revenue. Rakuten, if you look at the milestone, you're referring to the customer in back to 2014, 2013. I mean, even before.
No, it's actually from 2013 to 2017.
Okay, those are, I think, probably from prospectus. I think probably he picked up from prospectus here.
Yep.
Okay, I think from CK, can you share the percentage of revenue based on country? How much percentage of your revenue is in foreign currency?
Okay. Our customer in foreign currency, mainly on USD, I think it's around 90 plus or -%. Yeah, so mostly are coming from US, Singapore, and exactly. So it's around 90% of foreign currency, from foreign country.
Okay, I think from CK, he's a further question. How much is your current order book on hand currently?
Our current order book as of 4th January 2023, based on prospectus, is 358.7 million ringgit Malaysia.
Okay, from CK, percentage of non-Malaysian foreign labor among your total employees?
882 versus 461.
467.
Yeah.
17%.
17%. 17.
17. Okay. Hi, there's a question asking about your receivables in FY19. The reason for high receivables in FY19.
Okay, there is a high receivable turnovers in 2019 because there is one of the major customer, which is our major supplier also, requested for the longer credit terms, but subsequently this has been fully repaid in 2020, so it's not an issue. Sorry.
Okay, I think from Raymond Ting, hi, how do you see the prospects for the industry and your company moving forward?
I only can speak from our forecast from our customer. We see that it's quite stable, still very stable.
Okay, from William. Normally, customers sign how long contract with your company, and how do you protect your company to avoid customers cancel order and switch to other EMS company?
In fact, we are actually doing the industry's customer. Our customer take about 6 months to 1 year to qualify us. And we have not experienced any cancel order. We only have add-in order. So I don't see the opportunity of cancel order unless there is some significant milestone from our customer or from our end. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have a question here about regarding the construction of warehouse. Is any reason why it is up to 48 months on a timeline basis? What was the expected timeline for the construction of the warehouses?
We actually put that on two. I think put it on the 2 stage, right? Yeah. Because we have 2 pieces of land.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, there's one question. I think this is probably a bit of a fault again. So far, is there any potential new customer in the future? Of course, there is. Potential, of course, there is. Are your exports in USD from Bunli? Ringgit has been appreciating against USD. How do you mitigate the exchange risk?
Okay, actually we are natural hedge. So when US appreciate or depreciate over ringgit, it doesn't affect us so much because our export 90% is in collections in USD. So we pay supplier mostly 80-90% is in USD also. So we are natural hedge, meaning that the risks are mitigated.
Okay, question from Jim. Do you still foresee a strong order demand from your customers in the coming 2023 and 24 despite the ongoing economic environment?
There is. Answer is yes.
Yep, convincingly yes. Okay, I think there's someone asking who is customer A in a slide. I think the reason why they put customer A means that they have an NDA. That's why they can't disclose. Yeah, so it will be customer A. Okay, what's your view on the current order Okay, we have a question from CK. What is your view on the current order coming in for the industrial product compared to consumer product? Is the consumer products orders slowing significantly for now?
The market is, but for our customer are still very stable. Of course, our industry's customer are increasing.
So I guess you can, I think just to add on, I think probably you can sense why they are expanding the warehouse and stuff like that. So I think they're foreseeing more business customers coming in. That's why I guess, yeah. Okay. Let's see what other questions that we have. I think we won't have any questions for now. Let me see. Is there any more questions? Did I miss out any questions? Okay. So who are your as usual? I think someone just asked who are the closest competitor that they could compare with. Some is it Asian Gate or others, you know? Also, they're also industrial, then got aerospace technology, so-called. I mean, are they your peers or whatever? Could you comment a bit on them? Yeah.
I always say that, I don't want to say competitor. I think we all have to be proud that we are making Malaysia. Together, we are stronger.
I think just to add on, I think the 3 of them, I mean, they talk about nation, they're all 3 different segments altogether. They don't have the same customers per se. I mean, they're probably in the industry, but you can see that they have done relatively well. I think Nation Gate or technology, the results have done quite well. Share price has done well. So EMS, well, we will see when it comes on the 10 March, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, I think from G, would you be looking at other consumer products?
No, I cannot say no. I welcome any good business opportunity.
So for the expansion of clean, for the the expansion of the clean room, that is mainly for the e-cigarette segment, right? Is it? Or for which business?
At this moment, yes, because we had a commitment to build double of what we are building right now. Yeah. But we will still focus a lot of development on our industry's customer. And we will actually remain, a 65-35 as max for the consumer. But if we can, we target to actually reduce the consumer sector and increase in the industry sector.
Okay, I think another question from CK. What is the rationale to set up testing factory in Singapore? Would it be more cost efficient to set up in JB?
That is actually simply because there is a special request on a certain customer that the test, the programming, and all this have to be done and make in Singapore.
Okay, looks like we have answered all the questions that we have for tonight, I think. Anything else? Okay, I think. Okay, we have Madam Chin here. I think. Does the company have any plan to set up facilities overseas?
Not at this moment, because it's not disclosed in the prospectus.
Yeah, I think some of the questions you all asked, I think some of it a bit for looking, and then it's not something on the prospectus. I think they can't be sharing here. Okay, from Jack here, page 119 mentioned 2 new customers. Will these 2 new customers potentially become your top 3 customers? Again, also forward looking, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I think that's all the questions that we have. Christina or Kelvin, anything else you all want to add on?
I'd like to say a big thanks to you and all the ones that were calling in, at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christina. It's been wonderful having you, Kelvin, and also Asa on the briefing tonight, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward for the 10th
Rakuten.
March. Stay. Thank you. Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.